What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hustle. And yes, it is the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce and lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hustle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and the Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell so you won't miss out on nothing. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is put the title on every video. Once you put the title on every video, at the bottom in the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right, got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there, so please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for. All right. And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members, and we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you're tired of being a zero, you ready to be a family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos and y'all get them notifications, it's going to be some information that's going to help you win, keep you informed, and keep you entertained. So with that being said, we got another story time today, and a lot of people be asking me to tell these stories because I got a lot of different stories about the dark web, about different scams and fraud throughout my lifetime. Because hey, I'm a normal person. I go through things. I know people, and my life isn't perfect. So today we're gonna be talking about a friend of mine, well, an old friend of mine who really was deep into the credit card fraud world, and a lot of people are into a lot of different things. You got people who do check fraud. You got people who do CPNs, pre-bill CPNs, identity theft, credit card fraud. You got a lot of people who do a lot of different things. And when I met him, I got a whole new perception of the credit card world because me not being as educated at the time of how credit cards are were used or how I perceived people to use credit cards or stolen credit cards was not really what he was doing. So after the first time me, selling my homeboy who was in my neighborhood, and we all know he ended up the person who I was selling the information to at first, who I made $60,000 off of, who ended up going to jail. I told you, I ended up going on the dark web, start meeting new people. I met the guy who was doing the check fraud and the check whoever did was good at checks or whatever, who ended up getting caught by him being investigated for child corn CORN, but we gonna replace the C with P. But he was getting investigated for that. They end up doing a search warrant on his house, and when they found the search warrant, when they went to his house to do the search warrant for the child corn, they end up finding the check printers and all that different stuff like that, and the money and all that. So that's how he ended up getting caught. So as my life went on, you're not gonna stop looking. Just like people who sell Mary J, they always looking for a new plug. People always looking for a new plug for their product. I'm looking for a new clientele. So of course I'm gonna go back on the dark web. Of course I'm gonna pay attention to what people are doing around me, because at the end of the day, you never know what somebody doing behind the scenes. And people keep things a secret until they see somebody else in the same world as them. And once they find somebody that they know that's in the same world as them, they no longer feel alone. So now they feel more comfortable and excited that somebody's doing the exact same thing that they're doing, and they're not by themselves, because they might feel like they're doing wrong, or they shouldn't be doing something or whatever. But once people find people just like them doing the exact same thing, they get more comfortable. So, like I said, a lot of people don't understand that it's deeper than what people think. A lot of scams, a lot of fraud stem from games, online play, and you meet a lot of people through that. So people talk, and in order to pay for any type of VC, roll, bot, whatever coins and stuff, you gotta use a credit card to link onto the game. So I knew a buddy. And I knew somebody. It's gonna say I knew somebody because I don't. People be complaining like, bro, why you telling my story? People know me, so if you tell it, they gonna know it's me. Like, bro, ain't nobody gonna know that's you. But I be having to change names and keep stuff private and stuff because I don't want to be telling people business and pointing them out on blast. So that's just a little FYI. just to be respectful to other people's business. But I had a buddy who was doing the credit card fraud. Now, my whole perception was people just get the credit cards and they just go buy whatever, right? Go buy clothes, go buy this, go buy that, and like at first, like I said, I was always into the how can I get the product that so many people need. I don't want to buy the product. I want to sell the product because when you sell the product, more people come to you, and vice versa. You find smaller people that want to buy the product. So find people who want to buy large amounts of the product, right? So once I was hooked on, okay, there's people out here that will buy a large amount of product, information, whatever. Just like how he was buying that the first CC information, I know there's somebody out here that'll buy the same amount, if not more. You gotta really think like that. That's how I thought because there is. Just because this person right here was getting $1,500, spending $1,500 at a time, there's somebody out there that spend $2,000 at a time, $3,000 at a time. You just gotta go find that person and run into that person. And that's how people gotta start thinking out there. There is somebody or there is somewhere or something that will pay you more than what you wouldn't expect or that you won't think. So I did my extensive research on the dark web. Did a little game plan, but I was still selling little narcotics, you know what I'm saying? Little Mary J here and there because I always said like I'm not gonna stop this and I got money being generated. So I'm gonna keep that going, still trying to find whatever, but this some more income. So I ran into this chick who I was messing with back in like middle school to high school because she stayed in the neighborhood and her brother was like older, like almost her age, but her brother was like 2 3 years older than us, right? And he was like always onto his own stuff, but he was cool. Like he was one of them brothers, like little bro, that's little bro. He cool. Then he don't be doing him and my sister, like you know what I'm saying, type stuff like that. They cool, right? So I'm doing my. I'm just looking at whatever. I'm trying to do my research and trying to find people who are actually trying to buy this stuff because at the end of the day, I don't want to be running to nobody random. I don't want to be on the dark web trying to just randomly like, hey, you trying to buy this CC information? You trying to do this? Hey, do you buy? Because there's police on the dark web. There are cyber police, so you got to be careful. So my whole thing was like, okay, I'm gonna kind of go on the dark web in these forums and trying to network, but I want to find people who in real time doing this because it'd be easier. So one day, and then for some odd reason, everybody smoke Mary J. So that's how I really was connecting with a lot of people doing this stuff because everybody smoked Mary J. If you got Mary J, you can be able to connect with people. And people all around this time, matching was very popular. And if you don't know what matching means, that means either that means I roll up a blunt, they roll up a blunt, I smoke my blunt with you, they smoke your blunt with me. So we just smoking together. Like you matching my blunts, basically. So sometimes people would match a 3-5, and back in the day, people used to literally roll up 7 blunts out of a 3-5. Like we was doing point 0.5 each blunt, so we'd get literally 7 blunts out of a 3-5. No lie. So if I got 3-5, my homeboy got 3-5. That's what 14 blunts right there. So me, my guy, I'm people. Listen, people. You go. People. When people are comfortable with other people, they try to like put people on certain stuff, and when we young, they really gonna let you know. So we in the room smoking, and he like, bro, we just talking about money. He like, bro, just getting comfortable. Cause I ain't gonna lie, we used to be kids in this room. I didn't start smoking until I was like 18, got into college and all that. But my buddies and my homies, they used to smoke in high school. So like they used to try to pass me the D, and I'm like, no, I'm cool. But teenagers in his grandparents' house in the room, hot boxing. Coolest people ever. Coolest people. I'm talking about cool. I'm talking about in there hot boxing. So we did that for a long time, for years. And people get high and start talking. So Buddy must have gotten, I don't know, different strains make you do different things. Some strains make you paranoid, some strains get you motivated, some strains get you sleepy, different strains, the sativa, hybrids, and indicas. So it's really unpredictable, 'cause especially with them hybrids. So Buddy must have gotten to the mode of getting some money. He like, man, I'm trying to get some money. So he go bring out the swiper, he bring out the MXRX6, he bring out all this information. I didn't know nothing about him even doing this stuff, right? So you gotta think about it. When he do pull out all this stuff, I'm like, bro, what's like? Why do I keep running into people like this? Like, why are so many people doing this stuff? Because, like I said, it used to be drug dealing was not nobody. Nobody in my neighborhood was a drug dealer. Nobody was a drug dealer. But there's a lot of people who had money, and I never knew how they had money. And now I'm starting to figure out when I'm coming back from college, because everybody's starting to want to smoke weed and catch from me, and that people be cool. Like this was a whole different era. Like it wasn't like how it was now. So he pulling out stuff. So when he did that, I'm instantly like, okay, this might be a sign right here. Like some magic is working. Like, cause ain't no way this man. I'm looking for people, and ain't no way this man doing what I'm looking for or buying what I'm looking for people to sell. So I'm like, okay. So this is what messed me up. Cause like I said, I didn't really know what people was doing. This is when I really found out what people was doing. So my whole thing was like, okay, if you got a clone card, right? He was basically getting information, cloning cards, writing them, and getting like like information, card information, and different things like that. But this what he was doing. So like I would see people like get stolen cards and information. They get the ordering stuff, right? Go to Best Buy, Targets, Kmart. I mean, like that's old. Walmart's, Targets, Best Buys, stores with electronics, right? It was Kmart's back in the day too. And they'll buy stuff to resell it. That's what I thought people do. Either they buy stuff or they like food and little clothes stuff, or they buy gadgets to resell it to make the money. So we matching. He like, man, I'm trying to. But what he was doing was he wasn't doing none of that. What he was doing is he was laundering the money onto prepaid gift cards, because my whole thing was like, okay, when people use these cards, that's technically you got somebody else's credit card, a stolen card, right? And when you go into these stores to use it to buy these whatever gadgets, you're on camera. And when they do their research, it's gonna say where this card was used at. They're gonna go to that place and say, can we get around this time, can we get the camera footage? They gonna get the camera footage, they're gonna say, there's our guy. Then they gonna track you and follow you outside. They're gonna get your license plates, like that's the license plates. And then they gonna run the license plates, they go like, there's our person, right? So his whole thing was like he never wanted to be on camera, because I never seen like him none of this. So he had so many gift cards. I'm talking about so many gift cards. So I'm like, what he doing? He not really thinking. So what he was doing was, instead of going into buy these gadgets, he was buying prepaid gift cards with the CC information. So basically, he was taking the money off the CC and buying, not taking it off, but just laundering the money onto these prepaid debit cards. So when you buy a prepaid debit card, you're basically buying to put the money on it. So if it's a $200 prepaid debit card, it's gonna be $200, and that $200 will go on that prepaid debit card. It's a $500 credit card. I mean prepaid debit card. You're gonna spend $510, and it's gonna be on that prepaid debit card. So he caught on to that. Like instead of trying to buy stuff, get the money. So he literally was loading up prepaid debit cards, utilizing these with the CC information. Now the problem with it was is he was doing it so much, and he started to slip up and not utilize his VPN and certain stocks and proxies to bypass the security and the databases and all that. And they started to build like a little case on him. And not even a case. They were starting to build a case on somebody who's doing this in this area. And I think he got must have was driving from out of town, using these cards and got pulled over smoking or something. They found all the cards and they found all his tools and stuff. Like people be getting be too comfortable, be getting pulled over smoking and be having too much, be having so much evidence in the car. Like, why are you smoking? You got all this illegal evidence in the car. But that's the second time because my first Lil Joe, remember, he was like 16, 17, messing with them two hood rats. And he was getting to the money. He had like 500 cash, but he had like, remember I told y'all that story of Lil Joe. So a lot of people who I know in this world, in this game, got bust down from driving and smoking. Like, that's probable cause to search a car if you got all this stuff in the car. So yeah, my this chick that I was messing with, brother, was in the credit card game, but that's when I really learned about prepaid credit cards and debit cards and another way how scammers and fraudsters launder the money off of stolen CCs and get the cash because if it once it goes on a prepaid debit card, that prepaid debit card is not attached to anybody. So now you can go these scammers and fraudsters and go into stores and ATMs and because the card is not attached to anybody, so it's not like you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be connected to an account. It's just cash right there. So once I seen that, that kind of put a new perspective in my head. Like, oh, okay, like that person was thinking when they was thinking about doing this type of crime. But at the end of the day, there is always a victim at the end of the tunnel of these scams and methods. Either it's a bank or a person. So with that being said, make sure you guys are getting your Norton Life Lock to monitor all your personal and social media accounts and financial accounts to make sure no suspicious activity is going on and to keep you safe and to make sure you guys and also monitor the dark web to make sure none of your personal information is on there floating around for anybody to buy. So make sure you guys are getting your Nerd Life Lock. Make sure you guys are freezing all three of your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experience. Nobody can get anything in your name. No loans, credit cards, no lines of credit, no nothing. No cars, no apartments, not even you unless you want to freeze it. So make sure you guys freeze those. Make sure you guys get new credit card and debit card numbers every so often, like I told you guys before. We tap, swipe, insert all day, every day, and our information is stored on different databases and platforms that they don't need to be on. And, there's always a database compromise, leak, or hack that's going on. So get new information, get new numbers. With the old information, it'll be no longer valid. So if it was part of one, you'll be good. All right. So I say every quarter get a new car. So it's 4 quarters in a year. 12 months, 4 quarters. Every quarter, new card, new information. Stay safe. All right. So, with that being said, man, be more safe, be more cautious of what's going on in this real crazy world that we all are living in because we can't control what's going on, but we can control ourselves being safe. Right. So, with that being said, be more safe, be more cautious, and be more aware. Shout out to all my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there because without y'all, there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me keep going. Y'all motivate me keep dropping the sauce, and y'all motivate me keep y'all entertained. So, shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there that's tired of being broke because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime 101 limited gyms are $1,000. Month for limit time only. I am doing it for 600. Yes, 600 Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is in Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know you payment ready, and we will go from there. All right. No screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Make sure y'all book y'all see on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 250. Make sure y'all book y'all see on the crypto tour in person limited gyms, 3,500. Make sure y'all book y'all see on the month long mentorship, 750 plus one free 1K low, 20 to 30K value. Make sure y'all check out my vendor platforms on Telegram, the Potato app, and Discord, Millionaire Networking World. Still look for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell on my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my IGs, TikTok, Snapchat, and Discord. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world because it's changing people's lives. And make sure y'all get in when y'all fit in with these lows. All right, 120 and up, Cash App, Bitcoin payment. Once it's on your balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know your payment ready, and we will go from there. All right. And with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. You know I get down to any of these videos. I will see you at the end of I will see you at the next lesson video or live. Oh, did I tell y'all these lows 120 and up? All right, get in where you fit in. Let's get it. That being said, peace.